Look up at the night sky over the American continent on a clear evening, and you observe a massive, stable visual system. Millions of distinct points of light burn with high intensity to create a state of absolute visual harmony. Emma actively monitored this celestial network from the quiet vantage point of her bedroom window. She served as the primary observer for her region's nighttime baseline. This animated diagram shows her view, a spatial distribution map of regional starlight. Note the dense, perfectly uniform arrangement of the celestial bodies across the grid. This unbroken density is the quantitative standard for a bright night. Because this baseline is so tightly structured, the entire visual field is highly sensitive. When a system relies on perfect spatial balance, the smallest deviation from the pattern becomes immediately obvious. Suddenly, a single star blinks out. Its disappearance leaves a glaring negative space, a stark, glowing void in the middle of the established grid. This visual anomaly in the upper atmosphere was immediately followed by a terrestrial distress signal. Emma heard a tiny voice crying for help as the glowing entity plummeted through the darkness toward the ground. The celestial event had become a localized, grounded crisis, requiring immediate human intervention to resolve the anomaly. Emma moved from her window out into the physical environment, transitioning from an observer to an active investigator to locate the fallen star. She found the star wedged inside the structure of a tree. While it remained highly luminescent and retained its core energy, it was physically entangled within the jagged wooden branches. Although the star had the necessary energy to shine, it lacked the physical leverage to free itself from the biological snare. Emma stabilized the situation first. She verbally committed to the rescue, calming the entity before attempting any physical movement. She then performed a careful mechanical extraction. Emma reached into the tree and smoothly lifted the glowing entity away from the branches, separating it from the entanglement without diminishing its light. Removing the star from the tree was only the first step. The entity still needed to overcome gravity to return to its original position in the sky. To solve the gravity problem, Emma transported the star from the site of the tree to the apex of a nearby hill. This trajectory model explains the logic of altitude assistance. A release at low elevation risks a failed launch arc due to atmospheric density. However, initiating the launch from a high elevation point provides the necessary angle for the star to clear the lower atmosphere. By placing the star at the highest geographical vantage point available, Emma ensured the entity had the best possible chance to regain its altitude. Free from the tree and positioned on the hill, the star regained its natural buoyancy. It sparked brightly and floated back into the sky. Utilizing the elevation of the hill provided the mechanical advantage needed to successfully reverse the celestial anomaly. The star successfully integrated back into the upper atmosphere, broadcasting a final thank you message to Emma as it took its place in the grid. This data comparison chart shows a surprising result. Once the missing star was restored, the total luminosity of the night sky actually increased. The reintegration of the star triggered a surge in output that pushed the system past its original baseline. The sky shined brighter than it ever had before. By resolving the localized crisis, the intervention caused the entire atmospheric system to reach a higher level of intensity than its starting state. Beyond the measurable increase in light, the event established a permanent relationship with the cosmos. Careful observation reveals a specific communication. Among thousands of static points of light, one star pulses with a unique twinkle, directed specifically back at Emma. This individual intervention in a vast system left a permanent, observable signature, transforming a generic night sky into a personalized relationship.